Welcome to Business as a Magical Practice, where your business is the vehicle for your self-integration and soul evolution. My name is Sam Garcia, and I'm the founder of Dirty Alchemy Digital Marketing. And I'll be guiding you through how you can use your business as a spiritual practice and what magical businesses are doing to hit their goals and change the world. Together, we'll be relating the mystical to the world of business so that our work can unite spirit and matter, shadow and light, conscious and unconscious. Let's dive in. Happy Leo season, everyone, and apparently happy hot girl summer, whatever that's supposed to be. Here it's a thing. I've been over here in creation mode. We are finishing up in our final months of this very first round of the Alchemical Business Intensive. So me and my team are making lots and lots of bonuses for them. And it's also been tons of writing, preparing workshops, creating Monetize Your Magic for our next round of the Alchemical Business Intensive. And I've also been on a coffee break. If you follow me on Instagram and Instagram stories, you already know this. And apparently I give up coffee every time I launch the Alchemical Business Intensive. But I've been weaning off of coffee for the last few weeks, and it's been just cacao and yerba mate for the last little bit, and it's going well. And yeah, I know a lot of people are asking about it, and it seems like a lot of people feel a little addicted to caffeine right now. And happy to share and answer questions over on Instagram if you want to chat about it, because I'm kind of geeking out over here about caffeine and your nervous system and your skin and your hormones and all the things, and experimenting with it in my own body, as I tend to do. So anyways, today we're actually talking about the 3 ways your nervous system impacts your business, but I can't help but share with you guys. So I just wanted to start off with a little share. So let us dive in. As your business grows, you will need to be able to expand your ability to process and hold energy. You need to be receptive to life, to be in receiving. And all of this depends on your nervous system. You remember me diving deep into this on episode, I think it was 41. We'll link to it in the show notes, where we talked about how your nervous system works and how it works in your body and your business. But today we're getting a little pointed here on the repercussions and what to actually do about it. Your nervous system is about calming and centering yourself so that you can allow new energy to flow through you and out of you. It's about being open to new opportunities, taking leaps of faith, and being present for discomfort in your body when it comes up. And obviously, not choosing not to do something because you anticipate it'll make you feel uncomfortable emotions. It is about showing up fully. When you show up in your business and you're able to spend 80% or more of your time just expressing your unique gifts, you give yourself, your brain, your soul, the space to fully perform and process. You show up in the world better able to serve and give value and come up with reality altering ideas. And your business is better for it. So let's talk about the 3 ways how your nervous system impacts your business. First one being, it impacts your ability to grow your audience. As your business grows, you will need to hold a lot more space for your clients, audience, and team. If your nervous system isn't ready to hold all this energy, there will always be a reason to run and hide, to not show up as the visionary CEO you want to be. Because showing up fully and doing the things that are in your sphere of genius is what grows your business. If you aren't able to make time to process this influx of energy, these eyeballs on you, more comments, more engagement, more just energy exchange, you won't allow yourself to grow. You will shut down or sabotage yourself because you're hitting an upper limit of what you have allowed yourself to feel before, to have before. You haven't felt or held this much before. And for your primitive brain, this is danger. You need to prime your nervous system to receive all of this. So, the second way that your nervous system impacts your business is in your ability to make money. A fuck ton a fuck ton of money is a lot of energy to hold. So that alone requires your nervous system to be soothed and to have capacity. Money is more complex than just quote unquote neutral energy, as spiritual gurus love to espouse. For many of us, money is an exchange between you and another person. For those of us who are service providers, someone is paying us in exchange for our service. They are paying for our time or our life force. If your nervous system isn't primed to handle this giving and receiving of energy, it can be challenging to make money in our business, at least more money than we're used to. Many highly sensitive people will push away money and opportunity because this feels too intense. They don't want to give up their freedom. They aren't willing to take the big risk of a big investment. Not I said that wrong. They aren't willing to take the risk, quote unquote risk, of a big investment. Not looking at this will prevent you from making more money. And this happens at every next tier you're at, whether you're just starting out and just getting your first few clients, or you are trying to hit that next income level. You want to hit your first six-figure year, or your first $300,000 a year, your first $1 million a year, $100,000 a month, whatever it is for you, this stuff gets worked up. And our nervous system needs to be worked with. Nature is in a constant state of consumption. One organism lives and eats and dies, and another organism eats it and composts it and puts it back into the cycle. Nature is connection. And as we work in the world, we are consuming others, their life force, their time. This consumption nourishes us, feeds us. And as we consume, and we are consumed, we are giving and receiving value. Can you hold this beautiful, disgusting dynamic within you? The more that you can, the more you will grow. Okay, so the third way that your nervous system impacts your business is in your ability to be in community. Women have evolved to be in community. And our brains are wired to care about what those around us think. So you need to be very intentional with who you surround yourself with. You need to be very intentional with who you are witnessed by. You've probably heard the quote by motivational speaker Jim Rohn, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." But studies show it's actually way bigger than that. You're the average of all the people who surround you. How much your friends weigh, whether they smoke cigarettes or not, whether they're happy or not, has a significant impact on how much you weigh if you smoke and if you're happy. And the friends of your friends do too, AKA people you're not even friends with. At least according to 30 decades worth of data in the work of scientists Nicholas Christakis and James Fowler in their studies on social influence. So sure, you could just lurk around successful people who have lives you want. It will rub off on you. But without forming actual relationships with these people, then you're giving your nervous system, you are not giving your nervous system the pleasure of relaxing and digesting it. I have met quite a few female entrepreneurs that have had a sisterhood wound. They were burned by a woman, a friend, a mother, and the unprocessed trauma prevented them from feeling safe around other women going forward. But Humans evolved to live in community. That was our evolutionary advantage. And women, even more so, since we weren't developing big muscles to go off and hunt and kill things, we instead had to rely on social dynamics in our communities. So, community is actually an essential part of our happiness. If you have a sisterhood wound and you have an interesting habit of never feeling like you belong, no matter what room you're in, no matter what circle you're hanging out in, that is going to actually hold you back because your nervous system won't allow you to have these powerful relationships where you grow, where you get life changing feedback from women who have been there before or other humans who have been there before. Sure, you can claw and fight your way to a sustainable business, to a sustainable revenue, but you'll still be the person who got there that way. The compulsion to compete and to separate will still be there. You used it as a tool, so you'll maybe even feel dependent on it. Imagine instead what can happen if you're forming deep connections with other women who are building businesses that are highly profitable, celebrating hit income goals, celebrating quote unquote failures, where you're encouraged to work less and only in your zone of genius, where we know that our internal work massively impacts our external reality and our businesses are a work of art. All of this expands your ability to lead your business to its next level from a place of empowerment. But obviously, it also requires working on your nervous system so you can first handle that community and build those relationships. Having this support system can actually expand the ability of your nervous system to be supported in all ways. But your nervous system is yours. You can shift it. You can start to expand it so you're able to take in new energy in these different areas in your business, in your money, in your community, in your income level, and in your visibility, obviously. And if you want to grow your business, you have to take care of your nervous system because it's not the algorithm or the size of your following that's preventing or postponing your next level of success. It is you, as the owner of a magical business, being able to empower your business to thrive on its own 2 feet. It's you not being afraid to grow your audience, build your team, make money, or get support. And I will be covering how to do this and a whole lot more in the Alchemical Business Intensive. The application is now open. This container is made up of visionaries set on empowering themselves in the world through their unique offerings. They are kind, generous, powerful, insightful, creative, leading new innovation into their fields. This is where you make friends and supporters and collaborators for life. Teresa said, quote, "My business was more of a hobby than business before the Alchemical Business Intensive. I was offering what I thought they wanted and then based a price point on what I felt my worth was. I first separated myself from my business and saw us as 2 different entities. Then I raised my prices and offered packages. I found that as I'm growing and shifting, so is my business. The best way to put it is I'm no longer defining my future or my business's future on my own limited fear-based past. The container of the Alchemical Business Intensive has been a catalyst, an ignition of all the self-development I've done over my lifetime." And Caroline said, "My email list has grown. I feel way more confident in how I show up. I've had a total energetic transplant and mindset shift regarding visibility and money. I also realized the other day that I am no longer a workaholic. I got so much support from Sam and the whole group of women. I understand the nuts and bolts and bigger picture of how digital marketing works and feel confident that in the future I know what to do as my business scales." Another alchemist said about the Alchemical Business Intensive, The biggest thing I'm getting out of this is that I can now have an in-house team instead of hiring a ton of expensive consultants. I'm now able to do everything at a fraction of the price and take home so much more revenue. So you learn in the Alchemical Business Intensive to hire an A team, how to launch your online programs. And I have launched a lot of online programs for clients. How to structure your weeks, months, and years so there's a fluid rhythm and you're in the role of CEO versus the most overworked employee of your own business. So enrollment is open now, and the price increases by $1,000 in a couple of weeks. So if you have an inkling in your heart that this is your container for transformation and your business to blossom and scale beyond what it is now, submit your application and jump on a call with me to talk it out. When you join this week, you get that early enrollment pricing, that $1,000 cheaper, and you get immediate access to my signature program, Monetize Your Magic, where I take you through the key strategies, mindset shifts, and magic that had my service-based business fully booked in less than 12 months. I seriously struggled financially before putting together these pricing, positioning, sales, and mindset secrets. I've invested well over $40,000 in courses, programs, coaches, masterminds, and certifications over the years. I've invested almost a decade worth of full-time self-employment. And so Monetize Your Magic is what actually worked through all of that to transition from a freelancer that had to meticulously budget every spend because there was just enough to scrape by, to having way more than enough to pay myself well, a team of incredible women to support me and to support my clients. So you get that as an immediate bonus when you join the Alchemical Business Intensive. So what the fuck are you waiting for? Go to thedirtyalchemy.com/ABI to read all about the program, about the curriculum, about the timing. You can apply there, just fill out the application, and you will get to book a call with me to decide if it's a right fit for you right now. So, link is in the show notes, and I look forward to talking with you soon.